You son of a bitch. Oh, it's already going. There we go.
There we go.
How you guys doing? You guys are tuned in to Stay Fishy Friday with your host,
my boy,
Josh,
Pumpkin,
and Big Rich.
I'm sorry, buddy. You got Big Rich and Josh.
All right,
right
and
here.
we have this peculiar fellow up here in the corner. Who is this?
I'm Little Rich.
Oh, that's Little Rich.
I'm Little Rich.
Last time you were here, you were bald. You grow a glorious set of hair quickly.
I've worked hard on it. It's been a lifelong achievement to have a nice full mullet. So Little Rich is in the house.
Let me grab that hair. Oh yeah. Oh, that's
What's
a
going on?
nice head of hair.
I've been told I need to pull it forward. So here we go.
Well, you need a little bit more growth there, son. Just a little
We'll
bit
get
more.
there. We'll get there. All right. Yours took years. All right.
Alrighty, so we are going to get started with today's live stream. Of course, we can.
Let's explain the thumbnail situation.
There we go. Go for it.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah, why not? Unless you want me to do it, I don't care.
We had the thumbnail contest that Adelsa worked so hard at, and you guys put in your effort, and there's so many great entries. But Greg Woodstock came in and donated the tank, and all that happened, and you all saw that and been watching. So we had to give him the thumbnail. So when you click on tonight's live stream, it is the thumbnail of his tank. But we didn't want to let people left out.
Wait. Before you go on with that, the thumbnail is because of the tank raffle that, Greg's donating the Dwight Howard tank from the show Tank that he had built for his house when he was playing for the Houston Rockets, I believe. And he moved and he sold the tank. Greg now owns it, and he donated the tank to us to go ahead and raffle off to all of our viewers. So for $25, if you guys want to pitch in and potentially, own Dwight Howard's old tank, or even just support the OFR, we will post the raffle link below. But that is why it is the thumbnail for this week. And getting back to the thumbnail contest, I will let the big man take that over.
Hey, Robbz, everybody's complaining your mic's louder than us.
I just fixed it.
Oh, okay.
So we should be a little bit lower now. We'll keep adjusting as we go.
There you go.
Robb's always screwing up.
There's even a little bit more. There we go.
Okay, so anyways, now, since we kind of messed with the winner of the photo contest, we decided to go ahead and put a slideshow on of the top, 5 or 8 best pictures. So let me throw that on real quick here. And, I lost it. There it goes. Image slideshow. There we go. Benjamin Patton with his tank. What is that? I can't.
Looks
See,
like
a lot of these pictures are different size. Michael L. with his puffer.
Cute little puffer fish.
Yeah. And then we got
So we kind of did an honorable mentions. I think it was top 5. Those are
Alan
some
Collins,
beautiful discus.
discus. Look at them. Yeah. Glowing. That's just nice. We got Tony Mintel.
With a nice.
Oh, look at that
yeah.
ship in there and the cichlids. Very nice. I like black sand. Todd Rotloff with his more discus, man.
That discus right there, gorgeous.
Yes. Is that a red blood pigeon or something? Look at that koi. Tracy would just be so happy right now to see that. All them long fins and tentacles on the fins. She loves that. Jordan, yeah, you covered the name.
Got a nice little fish room there, though.
Steve
Unger with a very nice display. Looks like some yo-yo loaches down below and some community fish.
America Allen. Oh, look at it. Is that dragons?
Looks like OB peacocks and dragon bloods.
No, I'm talking the statue.
That was a Chinese dragon.
Chinese dragon, okay. Very nice, America. Miles Fredette. Sophie, let me move out of the way. There you go. I'm sorry, Benjamin Patton again. Okay, so we looped. We'll go one more time so everybody can see it. I'll move Robbz this time to get the full name.
Oh, no.
You guys get ready with your questions, and we're going to try not only answering the super chats, but also a few other questions in between. I'm going to talk less so that Josh can get this handled. We want to make our audience happy. Okay. like that ship. It's like a ghost yard of ships. You know?
SE Aquatics for $5 says pumpkin looking adorable.
Aw.
I'm always adorable.
And he got it right. It's pumpkin. He got it. Okay, Richard Lombardi. There we go. Beautiful koi. Okay, so we can come back to that, but let me get this here.
Adele said the tanks were so hard to judge this week. Absolutely amazing.
Yes, there are
Which
a
I
lot
do
of nice
agree.
pictures.
Which we do have a community with a lot of nice tanks, and we do appreciate each and every one of you guys for submitting to the contest.
Exactly, and it helps us out. You know, it gives us, every week we got to come up with thumbnails for the videos, like, you know, every other day a new thumbnail, and then, you know, we're just like, oh my God, now we got the live stream. You know, so Adele come in with, let's do a contest, and we'll give you a thumbnail every week. Oh, that's awesome of you. Thank you. And, you know, so it helps us out. You guys are really helping. Plus, it's kind of fun. Oh, Haley's in the house. Oddball Aquatics, and SC Aquatics is here too. Steven, nice.
All right, we have $50 from Quincy Estep to help with fish food.
Very nice. You know, he's done this before.
He actually just chimed in when we had the surprise live stream back with Greg on, what was that, Thursday?
Wednesday.
Or Tuesday? Whatever it was. It was just a few days
Hump
ago.
day.
And he's always chiming in to help out with fish food, and we do appreciate that.
We're going to have to give him a sponsorship of one of the tanks because he pays for it. He really does. Thank you, Quincy. It's just awesome. I appreciate it, brother. It definitely helps out. So we're going to make a plaques out for, we've got SC Aquatics sponsors the cichlid tank now and buys all the food. And then we've got, what's his name? Will Star 7. Sponsors Pittsburgh's tank. So we got to make these two plaques. Now they paid for it, but their month don't start until we get the plaque on the tank so that we can advertise their name and all that. So we've got to find a way to make plaques real quick and get them out there.
There's people talking about it's a little laggy tonight. I can't help. There is a rolling thunderstorm going right over us, so if the internet cuts out a bit,
We haven't changed anything. We're still going the same way we normally do.
Trying to.
What's this here? I see redness down here on the live stream. I'm sorry about that, guys.
So I just blocked everything else from the internet that could possibly be interfering. So we'll see if that helps out a bit.
There we go.
We shall see.
I'll turn off things in the background running behind these things that we don't need.
So I learned a valuable lesson tonight now with my,
What's
with my
that,
new
Lil
beautiful
Reg?
hair. Is that people are making fun of me for muting my mic and blowing my nose. So don't do that during a live stream.
Really?
Right. They
Well,
said,
why?
you
Would you
got
rather
spray
hear
on me,
that?
Robbz.
You don't want to hear that.
No one needs to hear that.
So anyways, we have guests here on top of Robbz here pretending to be me, which I'm sorry, buddy. That
Hey,
wig
no,
just
I'm
doesn't
not-
cut it, son.
I could never be Big Rich. I'm
Needs
Little
to be
Rich.
a little bit longer.
I'm Little Rich.
We have our buddy Ryan, the bearded fish keeper, came in tonight. And why don't you swing your chair over here? He just had a baby.
How's it going, guys?
This is his first day out from the house, from bringing the baby home, what, a week ago now?
Yeah, about a week.
And that's been crazy, huh?
It's been fun. So
And then he tells me, oh, well, it's not that bad. My woman gets up with the baby all night long. I'm like, oh, you don't know how easy you got it. We took turns when we did ours. It was crazy. And we were constantly like, it's your turn.
I help out as much as I can.
Oh, I know you do.
She's doing great though.
Good.
So we need to give an update on Mom.
Yes. Let me
Before
switch
that,
the
I'm going to let you know
backgrounds.
that I'm going to disconnect from your computer just to help the connection.
Oh, okay. That's up to you.
And he's talking about the team view.
There you go.
Oh, okay, good. That may help too. I forgot that was running. Let me go here and turn on. Where's the Tracy? There's the Tracy slideshow. Okay, there she is. Now, I've gotten 2 video conference calls with her. Both times they called me, she was sleeping. They woke her up, she'd open her eyes, she'd go right back to sleep. did not even acknowledge me, nothing. She just was tired. So neither one of them really worked out. But I talked to the physical therapist, and I talked to the nurse, and I talked to the I forget the other one. But so far, here's the things that have changed this week. She's about a pound under her normal weight. She keeps going to her normal weight and back and forth under a pound. So she's got her weight back on. She's doing good that way. Her legs, the swelling has gone down. The medicine for the blood clots have helped, and her legs are back. You know, the nurse said the swelling's all the way down. So she's got the circulation through again. And then, what else did I tell you earlier?
There was something about her physical therapy.
They put her in a reclining wheelchair every other day for a couple hours. So she's getting movement that way, and she's in a chair and is supporting different weights on her body, and it, you know, I don't know if they wheel her around, but you know, it's something. It's better than nothing, just laying there. But physical therapy did sign off on her. Insurance reasons, they won't let the physical therapy go if there's not progress. Like if you can walk 2 steps today, next week you need to be walking 8 steps. If there's progress, they keep physical therapy on. Well, with Tracy being not aware yet, of course there's no progress. But because of this whole lockdown, physical therapy went in there and was working her out an hour a day. You know, her arms, legs, you know, sitting her up, all that kind of stuff. Well, finally they signed off on it to where it's now just the nurse that has to do range of motion, which is not, it's okay, but I'd much rather have physical therapy on it or myself there to where I can visit and do this for her. They say no change every time I call, but you know, she was making every other day progress, something new. I've got it all written down. Everything she did every other day, she was doing something new. And, you know, now for the whole time she's been there, no change, she's fine. You know, no. The people just ain't spending as much time as I did with her. And I can't blame them for that. But, you know, I was noticing, you know, like when I'm washing her feet or washing her armpits or something, she'd do something, either frown or smirk or I'm washing her feet, she moved her arms, you know, that kind of stuff. And they're just not telling me nothing. And I don't know if it's I mean, it's a good place, but they just keep saying no change. So that's as much news as I got on Tracy. And with everything opening back up recently, what's opening today? The bars are opening today. Yep. And then next week?
Restaurants, indoor dining. And
we've got outdoor dining
gyms.
at the bars. So next week will be indoor dining at the bars and restaurants. And what else?
And gyms.
Gyms, stuff like that. So, you know, a couple weeks go by. Nursing homes are going to be at the last line, you know. So it's going to be a few more weeks yet, but as soon as I can go back and visit her, I will spend time and do the best I can to get her back to full health. So hope you guys like that little input. You know, it's not much. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do. They won't let me in there. All right, let me turn off this Tracy slideshow. I hate doing that. It sounds so bad.
Yeah. So we have another super chat came in from Ray Lorenzo. Chimed in with a $5 super chat. He said, "My juvenile Dovi fertilized convict eggs. The fry are 2 weeks old.
Wow.
What should I do with them?"
And grow them out. If they get too much
Research
for
them for science.
you can, you know, post a post on OFR and tell people what they are. I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of people that would want them. So just grow them up a little bit. When they're about 3/4 of an inch, you can just give them out, and they're easy to take care of then. You're obviously are doing good. Keep taking care of them until they get big enough, solid enough, and you can give them out then. You know, or other people sell them, but, you know, we can't do that on OFR. But
So I heard the guy up there in the corner kind of looks like Shirley Temple.
Not what I was going with. I was thinking more Roadhouse, but it is Craig Queerly.
Long live Tracy.
So tonight's word, we just got a super chat for $2. Did I miss tonight's word?
Need a word.
Yes,
I'm going for mullets or Little Rich.
Mullets or Little Rich? What do you think, Ryan?
I think Little Rich.
No, you come up with your own, and then we'll decide.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
It's too late. He said Little Rich.
Little Rich because he kind of looks like Little Rich.
Oh, he
See?
does not.
It's a winning.
He almost
I'm
does.
a
He's
beautiful.
gonna shave the center of his goatee and he'll be good.
All right.
I happen to like Camaros as well. All right, don't judge.
All right, Little Rich it is, the drinking word tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot all about that. Usually
Not
I
to be
got a drink
confused
in
with
my
Little
hand, and
Richard.
I'm much more happy. I'm sorry. I had to stop drinking here a little bit. So this whole lockdown thing was getting a little out of hand with the drinking, a little too freely. So Greg was surprised, Greg Woodstock, when he came out here. I didn't drink the whole time he was here. And, I was like, well, Greg, last time you've been here, every time you've been here, I was hurt. And I don't take pain pills. So I was mixing mixed drinks and drinking that and trying to trudge through the pain. I don't have pain now. My ribs healed. My arm is it's healed. I've still got some more, workout to do on it. But, I mean, it's healed. I have no pain. The only pain I got is my little pumpkin boy.
That and looking at this beautiful, lovely golden locks of hair.
Oh, that's painful. All right,
You
let's
know-
get to the fishy
you know,
questions.
You guys just seen the thing where we pushed, Robbz in a closet. I'm gonna put him in a closet for letting that word get out.
Did you guys all see that Robbz podcast where we came in and shanghaied him, taped him up, duct taped him, put him in the closet, and then we took over his podcast?
You mean Little Rich?
Little Rich. That's twice.
Little Rich,
Assume
absolutely.
So we got SC Aquatics chimed in with another $2. He said, "Little Rich, Little Rich, Little Rich, Little Rich." That's 4. Alrighty.
No, I just want to put out there that this hairstyle is sponsored by the new and improved shampoo and conditioner line that OFR is going to be releasing after this whole deal's over. You know what I mean?
Maggie Meg chimes in and says, Little Rich. Consume again. Yes, Mark Edmund, I do believe that is great news about Tracy. It's at least back in the progress side, That whole Avon Place thing, took her down, almost killed her. Now we're back to progress again, so I'm happy with it. Oh, one other thing, the bed sores that they gave her. The nurse said that it's all clearing up and all the necrotic skin is gone and it's starting to close up now. They've got a wound nurse that calls me once a week, and she said it's doing a lot better, and she wanted to call personally and let me know. So that was the one thing I forgot that I couldn't remember. Her bed sore wound is on her butt cheek is healing up. So
For
it's a matter of
everyone,
time now.
for everyone saying that the live stream froze, it's not froze on our end. It might be a storm rolling out somewhere on the internet. Just refresh the page. It will come back up for you guys. We promise. It is a common thing that happens with people chiming in all throughout the world. One person might be saying one thing, might be seeing a lag, might be seeing a freeze. Just refresh and it'll be up for you guys. We're still good to go on our end. We have not dropped the stream, so just keep on trucking along.
And Will Star comes in, and he said, did that guy make it to Kentucky with all those tanks?
I have no idea.
Listen, they did make it back to Kentucky. They did, all the fish there, and
No. Wrong Kentucky. He's talking about the tank that me and him just went and loaded up yesterday with the guy, the 500-gallon cube and the 265. The guy actually got pulled over a half hour from us, and I have no idea what happened with that afterwards. He
By the
never
cops?
texted, yeah. Because
They seized it for too awesome.
He had a 500-gallon cube in the back bed of his truck with a 265 up on its end, strapped to it and strapped down, and it looked real sketchy.
265 is 6 foot long.
7 foot.
7 foot? So sticking up out of a bed of a pickup truck 7 foot tall, that's going to look sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
they give any problems with it, though.
Uh-oh. Someone's slacking
bad.
over here.
Love that ringtone.
Can you put this out in the hallway? I
Alrighty,
can't turn it
so
off.
we have the aquarium guys chimed in with a $2 super chat. Said, "Love the beard in the middle."
Oh, there you go. That's Ryan. I love your beard, Ryan.
I've been growing it out for quite some time, and the old lady tells me, "Oh, you can't cut it." Every
Oh,
time I cut
the old
my
lady
hair, I
likes it?
usually trim up my beard, and she's like, "Well, just let it go this time." So this is roughly 4 or 5 months of non-cutting it, so slowly but surely growing it.
Alrighty, let's get some fishy questions rolling in the house tonight, guys.
Yeah, throw them in there, super chat or not.
Can you start up the Camaro for us in a video?
Troy Page said that. Yes, we can, and we've got plans for that. Greg Woodstock's coming back here when we're doing the pond. So we're going to have the Camaro. We got to get it out of the garage, clean it. We're going to change the spark plugs, put new oil in it. You know, it's been sitting for a little bit. Put fresh gas in it. Make sure there's no leaks anywhere, because sometimes the gaskets from sitting get weak, and you'll have gas leaks or something. Make sure everything's right, and then we're going to tune it again and get it up and running so we can scare the bejesus out of Greg when he's here. We will have videos for it. We will. It's been a while since I've got it out. I've only started it in the garage for the last 2 years. So yeah, it's been a while. We need to get it out and make sure she's roadworthy again.
Don't forget, guys, hit that like button. Drop your comments. Hit that like button. Go back. Hit that comment up in the corner. And you're only at 68 likes. And we got over 100 people in this chat right now.
Only 100?
150?
53, yeah.
It's
all right.
Vlog Junk says, yes, please, I want to see the Camaro. You will see it. It's coming.
All right, next super chat is Audrey Sampson for $10. Some food for the Phoenix Barbs. Glad to see Tracy is doing better. # Team Tracy. Also, thanks to Little Rich for all he does for the rescue.
Yeah, Rob does a lot of work for us. And we had Greg Woodstock live the other day. Robbz came on and set up how to do all this. And we were going to have an extra window on there, but he had to run. So, he's going to set up Greg Woodstock's green room, because we got Greg talked into doing this now.
Ooh.
So I voluntold him.
Darn right.
Do it.
I'll get her done.
He does help out an awful lot. So thank you, Robbz. Or
Rich.
Little Rich. Thank you. Thank you.
There's people asking about, I thought Greg was doing the pond on the 13th. Well, here's the story with that. He did not build the pond on the 13th. We came out to talk conceptual designs, and Greg is donating pretty much the pond kit for us to build it. So he's donating the liner, the snorkel, the skimmers, the pumps, the lights, pretty much aqua blocks, everything we need to do the pond. But we're going to go ahead and actually do the work, construct the pond, and put everything together.
Now, I want you guys to know why. Greg invited us up before. Do 2 videos. He'll help us out with the new pond. We went up there. He made us attend this class that he had on there, which was, learn how to build ponds and become a pond builder yourself and all that. And we did the video of it and all that. And now he says, you must have heard me wrong, because I said I'll donate everything you need for the pond, but I want to see if you guys learned anything from my class. You're going to build the pond. I'm like, oh, okay. So...
I just want to put out that I'm going to be, Little Rich is definitely going to donate the rubber duckies.
Right. So what we're going to have to do now, we're deciding whether to do a pond like the front with boulders and everything and make it look natural. But I was thinking we need a pond half in the ground, half up out of the ground, maximum water volume for the maximum amount of fish, no boulders inside, gravel bottom, filtration and all that. And then maybe even with or without windows on the side. But that would give us, 40 foot long and 12 foot wide is as wide as we can go with the liner he's going to give us. So that would give us maximum, amount of water, being 4 foot deep, 40 foot long, 12 foot wide. So me and Josh are trying to make plans up on that, whether it's level with the deck, or do we step down and make it like that, and then step down again and have a fire pit and everything on that side with the windows on that side. We're over here brainstorming. We're coming up with something.
Add it to the list of a million other projects that we have in our mind that want to get done. Alrighty. Any advice for a first-time fish tank owner? I'm really thinking about it, not sure yet. Thank you.
Yes. Learn about the cycle. You don't know what that is? It's a fish tank. You have to cycle your tank before you can put fish in it. Biggest problem out there, everybody buys a new tank. They're, look at this tank. I want to fill it with water. I want to put fish in it. And then all your fish die. And then you get mad at the store. You sold me fish that died. It's not the store's fault. It is your fault for not doing your research. And I'm not putting nobody down. This is well known throughout the fish community. You need to learn about the cycle of your fish tank. Aquarium cycles. Look it up. Read about it. You can do fishless cycles. You can do cycles with goldfish and just add a couple at a time. After
just
2 to
don't
3
do them
months.
by peeing in your tank.
It could actually be done like that, but you don't want to do that. You need to add, on a fishless cycle, you need to add actual ammonia, which is nothing more than basically pee. But you add ammonia to your tank every day so the bacteria can build to eat the ammonia. And then once that builds and you got a bunch of bacteria eating the ammonia and your ammonia levels come down to zero, then it turns it, the bacteria that eats the ammonia turns it into nitrites. Then it's going to be high nitrite levels for a while. And this is what kills the fish, the ammonia levels and nitrite levels. And then new bacteria starts growing that eats the nitrites. And when they grow big enough, all your nitrite levels will come down and then it'll turn into nitrates. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really simple once you understand and grasp the theory. Once you have nitrates and no nitrite levels and no ammonia levels, it's safe to put fish in, and then you have to do water changes, which is why everybody on the planet does water changes, to get rid of the nitrates. I hope I didn't scare you away with that. Learn about it. It's very simple once you know about it.
Wait. I just want to say one thing. Didn't he say he was going to stop talking as much tonight?
On that note, we have another super chat from SC Aquatics for $2. I'm not shoveling it out. Get a machine.
He said, better get a machine.
Well, that's what I was going to do. Go ahead.
We will get a machine. That's not
good.
to be worried about. We're just going to invite our friends over, come help us install the liner. We'll do all the work. We're going to frame it out, do all this, fun stuff. You guys aren't going to, be able to come out here and, build our pond to say you built our pond. We're going to actually do it, and then you guys can just install the liner.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So
here's my
next
idea. We're going to hold, I'm sorry, Rob.
No, you first.
My idea is a little different than Josh's. I was going to hold an event here. Give everybody a shovel. We show up, we dig it out, and then you guys can go home and tell everybody, I helped build OFR's pond.
You're talking a lot of shovels then.
Yeah, a lot of shovels.
See,
20 people.
You got to use those little plastic ones you use for the sandbox. We'll give one of those to Matt, So we have another super chat from Arid Kozoli for $5. So exciting to be able to watch this pond come alive. Thank you so much for sharing this journey. # Team Tracy and #
Awesome.
Little Rich.
Consume, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I love how much you guys all love Tracy. Yeah, we're going to video every section of this, including the design and then what we get done. So Josh is going to be... he's not going to be doing the work you think he'd be doing. I will get in there. I will dig it with the machine and all that. And I've been giving him a break because we worked our butts off for the last 3 weeks trying to get ready for Greg Woodstock coming. And I promised Josh a break. So I've been taking over doing things so that he can sit there.
He kind of talks like he's a tyrant over here, like, oh, he's going to give me a break.
If I ask my son to help me do something, he's not going to say no. That's what I mean. I'm just not asking him or pushing for any projects anytime soon to be done because he did work so hard and, he does have his job. Just give him a few days break. That's all. I love my boy. So our next
We're going to make
project... Go ahead.
Make some fresh squeezed lemonade. Relax this next week.
Right. This next project will be the koi pond, so that'll be coming. We're just taking a few days to himself, cleaning the house, doing little stuff, not no big projects.
So we got another super chat from Rick Silva for $7. Love your channel. What fish can I put in a 120-gallon tank with 2 full-grown Oscars?
Go for it.
You can do smaller catfish, Oscars. Here's the problem with Oscars: are they breeding? I don't know all these statistics. If they're breeding Oscars, they're going to want a section of that tank, one side of it, and they're going to move all the gravel and they're going to breed there, and then they will be a complete idiot to any other fish in the tank, including killing them. So if they're not a breeding pair, that makes a difference. You can go with other things, other type cichlids, silver dollars.
I used to do tinfoil barbs.
Tinfoil barbs, exactly.
Something that can take some abuse.
Right. We have in with our full-grown Oscars. We got vulture cats. We got an Asian red-tailed cat. Now, mind you, the tank's bigger, but these are all small yet. We have African lungfish. We have what else in that tank, Josh? An alligator gar, or no, I'm sorry, a Florida gar. A Synodontis cat. Everybody minds their own, but you know it is a what is that? A 750 gallon tank. So he's ignoring me now.
So we got some messages between. I see here we got a message that's all in Russian, so I had to use Google Translate. And Google Translate does pretty good. It says, looking for affordable aquarium. I don't understand anything, but this seems very interesting.
No.
We don't understand you either, but we're happy you're listening in.
All right. Can I ask a favor of you?
What's up?
Open that door a little, and then go close the front door so it sucks air through here. It's getting awful hot in here. Thank you.
Well, quit looking at my mullet.
You get me all hot and bothered.
Down, gentlemen. All right. All right. What can go in a? I can't pronounce this. Psyllum.
Spillum?
There you go.
Spillum.
Cichlid tank in a 240 South American.
Other South Americans for sure. I've got my Synspillum in with. Do you want to take it?
Everything in the 4,000. You name it. There's
Arowanas, black belt
black
cichlids,
belts. There's
Niger cats,
Bocordi,
right, Bacordi,
Jaguar
giant
cichlids.
gouramis, clown knives.
Yeah, just a little bit of everything. They're fish that can always hang on their own, and they will definitely stand up for themselves.
All right, next super chat is from Tony Wizard for it looks like £5. My little bit of help with the fish feed. Every little bit helps, right?
Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
That's awesome. Appreciate it so much. Jordanella says, "Can the big Adonis play could go in the pool pond?" It can. We don't want to do that. We don't have 2 and 3 big Adonis plecos, so we're keeping him up in the fish room where you can actually see him. Because when you put a fish into the big pool, they kind of disappear and they look a lot smaller. So he's up in the 3,000 gallon, and until we get another big one, we can put the second one in the pool. You know, that's how we did with the iridescent sharks. We got 3 big ones in there, and we kept Schwarzenegger in the 4,400. We have to keep things on display in the big tanks for people to ooh and ah, and you know, on our entertainment type thing. When we tell people and explain to them, this is how big they get. You can't point to a pond and go, look at that fish over there. You see him swim. You know, it's not as impactful.
So I have something that I was going to say for my podcast. Do you mind if I share some news I got?
Sure.
So I am in contact with the Minnesota DNR. They're in charge of a lot of different bodies of water throughout Minnesota, and they try to keep up with some of the invasive species they see coming in and keeping in touch with other neighboring states.
Mm-hmm.
And Michigan put out an APB of a marbled crayfish. Marbled crayfish aren't as common as you'd think, but they're in the aquarium trade. They have a unique way of reproducing where they're all genetically identical females, and they really don't need fertilization to reproduce. So they can produce like 700 eggs a cycle.
They're asexual.
They're incredible creatures. And because of that, they are extremely invasive. And now they're worried that they're going to get into the Great Lakes. So certainly just a reminder to those that are listening that if you have creatures that are for your aquarium, you may assume that everything's okay. But, you know, like this, extremely proactive at breeding. Or I should say just reproducing. They don't actually go through the cycle and could cause issues for your local lakes and streams. This
Please
is
don't
definitely an
release fish.
APB of new things that are coming out to the market.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, please don't release your fish. That's why we're here. We can take them. You can post them on our OFR website. Find somebody in your neighborhood that would want to take them for sure. Don't release anything in the wild. 90% of the time, it's going to die come wintertime anyway. But there are few fish like goldfish, crayfish, stuff like that you think is no harm at all. They're highly invasive and just ruins our ecosystem. So please don't do that.
I figured that was a good highlight to share with the world.
Yeah. The Almighty Great One says, "Hi, Rich. You don't want to dig that pond out by hand." I was kidding. We will wait. We will, if I have to put it on my credit card, I'm worried about Tracy's bills right now. We will do what we can, but we will get a bobcat here. I have a buddy, what was it, Four Winds Landscaping? Dave's shop? Dave's, we can talk to Four Seasons Landscaping. he might come by and help. I've got other people that own bobcats, so yeah, we won't be digging it by hand. I was kidding.
Yeah, something you got to realize is I'm reading comments. I'm not listening to your conversation. So I'm reading comments to get the next question up. So if you ask me and turn to me, I'm not going to know what you're saying.
That's how bad you tuned me out, really?
Yes.
Love you, pumpkin.
Wait, what?
Oh my God. Little Rich, Little Rich. How about that?
Hey, Rich, can you turn my mic down a little bit? It's the PC audio.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Where you at?
Be Chrome.
Higher, PC
There you go.
audio. All right, so I got to make this wider. I can't read this little writing. This is crazy. This.
Alrighty.
I have a question.
If I have
Oh,
a Chinese water dragons and I have koi fish, they're about 3 foot. Would they eat the water dragon? Well, it depends on what you define as a water dragon. I don't know what you're referring to. So I'm sorry I can't answer that question right now.
If it's a Komodo dragon, probably not. If it's a dragon
Water
goby,
dragon
it's
is
a
type of
possibility.
lizard, but are you keeping lizards in with your pond? I mean, it don't make sense. I can't decipher the question. Sorry about that.
It must be a hot area.
That, or they've got an enclosed closure around an indoor pond or something, and they keep their water dragon with it or something, possibly. I used to do that. I had a big, huge 5-foot iguana, and I sunk a kid's pool in the ground floor of it. Then I had a bunch of plants and stuff around, and I had little finches flying around up top. It was a really neat cage.
So I just saw a comment here. Von Yinzer finally made it back to chat, and he says he's seeing double. I just want to put out, we're not double, all right? I'm little rich. He's big rich.
Consume.
Right. That is the secret word of the day, is little rich.
Yes. Somebody just said something about missing Tracy's update. Yeah, it's already. Right there, Christopher W's. Did I miss Tracy update? Yes, I'm sorry, but you can wait till this is over with, and then it's on the beginning of the podcast. That's if you guys notice the thumbnail that I put out. If you click it, it goes up to a screen and it says set reminder. You can click that set reminder, and it will give you a reminder 10 minutes before the live stream comes on. So I've been doing that every day, every live stream now. So you've got a set reminder function. Just got to know it's there.
Someone's asking the best tank mate for a buck-tooth tetra. Well, I wouldn't put nothing in with them except other buck-tooth tetras because they can be quite nippy.
Juice commented back.
So I just want to put out there that when I win this amazing tank that's up on raffle, you guys go check it out. They'll put the link in there.
I'm winning that.
I'm going to be setting up, I'm going to redesign it. I want to do it like a freshwater cave tank. I'm going to do like Thai micro crabs and blind cave tetras.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with it.
Well, now that tank's about a foot, 15 inches tall, something like that. And then it's maybe 3 foot wide. It's 100 gallons. The rest of the tank is all open to, trees and branches for snakes, lizards, monitors, whatever, So your idea of putting a bunch of small fish and crabs, stuff like that in there is great. It is sectioned off, so whatever you put in the other side can't get to the fish. So, that's a great idea. It'll look very busy in there that way. I like that.
Yeah, and then put some dark mood lighting to make it look like it's a nighttime jungle. Hell yeah.
So we got Michigan Tropicals with a $5 super chat. He said, "I'm here, I'm here."
That's our buddy Michael Erbeck.
Yeah.
Man, everybody's arriving late.
Showing up finally, and thank you for the $5. I know how hard it is just opening your own pet store called Michigan Tropicals, but you don't. I appreciate it. You're sparing a couple bucks our way. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. He's got, I think, 18 kids he's taking care of.
We got Zach Simpson, first time viewing a live chat. You guys are dope. I watch your videos every day. Well, welcome
thank
for
you.
the
That's
first
awesome.
time.
And, the only thing that makes us dope is you guys being dope enough to watch us. Appreciate it. As cheesy as that sounded.
That and the Pantene.
Any update on the new tank setups? Example, the Pacu tank? Well, I mean, if you'd watch our videos.
Don't be like that. Yes, we got the 500 gallon up and running on its new stand. We've got the 1,000 gallon on its stand. It's not running yet. The 500's not on our system yet either. We're getting each tank up and running.
But wait, the last video I put out, I did go over all this and I gave a little sneak peek.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
So watch our videos. But I'll just give a recap real quick. The 500's up and running with fish in it. Just a temporary fish. It was a problem. It was a butt of colebright in our 750, and he was going after the long-tailed Oscars. So we took him out of there. He's in the 500 by himself for now in timeout. The 1,000 gallons up on a stand, we have to repaint the inside of it because the paint is peeling off. So we have to sand it down and repaint the inside. But it's on its stand. The 2,000 gallon is on the floor, and we've got it full about size of a 5-gallon bucket full of water, because we had the filters on top of the 700 that we wanted to keep running. So we threw some water in the 2,000 gallon Pacu tank and put the filter on top. So that's just there for running. We do have to repaint that tank because it does have some peeling paint too, but it's not leaking, at 5-gallon bucket height. So it's just temporary. We're going to have to drain all that water out, let it dry out, and then repaint that when the paint comes in after this lockdown, because the place that we buy our paint from is closed, and we don't know when they're going to open up.
Oh, I see a super chat here from Michigan Tropical saying, "Yeah, now I can't sell crays." Yeah, it's a big thing. Those marble crays. Again, they're self-reproducing. It's like they're cloning. They even have the same exact genetics. So it's a very weird species, and it's just a big risk. Never take any of your tank mates or fish or any content, especially plants. Don't put any of them into a lake or stream. There's better places. Yes. The Ohio Fish Rescue.
We had Lucas Brentz come out here and brought us a bunch of plants. And when he got here, everything was fine. He said, I'm like, no, you can't put plants in the pool. He's like, I got this. We can do this. And he brought out a bunch of 4-foot-long jungle val, and he planted all the way across the back of my tank. Well, they all got eaten up, destroyed. My fish destroyed them by morning. So it was a bad idea, but we saved a lot of the floating plants that were ripped out, and we got them growing now. But about a month later, we're noticing these little rainbow fish swimming around. We didn't put them in there. Where'd they come from? They came in as eggs on Lucas's plants. So now they're about 4 inches long.
Yeah, just about.
Almost 4 inches long, and you see them swimming in a little crowd of fish together, and they're swarming together. So it's pretty neat.
Beautiful.
But that's what happens with plants. You get home, you buy plants, you come home, and you got snails infesting your tank. They came in on the plants. I'm just saying.
So we got people talking about the raffle tank and how stunning it is, and they're going to have to look into it. Well, the tank is very beautiful. And for those of you outside of the United States, we are sorry, but we did offer...
so sorry.
We did offer, free shipping to those who are inside the United States. But, I guess if someone won outside, we could set up
If they can come pick it up, like they're from Canada or Mexico, something like that. If they want to come across the border, we can ship it to wherever is close to them. We got friends like Michael Urbeck from Michigan Tropicals right there. We got Robbz up in or Little Rich up in Minnesota. We can ship to different places. We got people all over the United States we know. So yeah, that is an option. So we can get it close to you.
Next super chat is Chad Blocklinger for $20. What's up, Little Rich, bearded guy, big boy, and Flash? Guys do great work.
You're Flash now?
I wonder why.
What's up, Chad? Chad was supposed to be here before Greg got here, and he got a hold of me and texted me that he couldn't make it. He's got work and stuff. But he's the guy that was going to bring out a pickup truck bed full of plants from, I guess he owns a nursery or runs a nursery or something like that. He was going to donate a bunch of plants for the front pond. And
wonderful.
It didn't come together. But thank you, Chad, for the, I appreciate it. The effort, and the super chat. Awesome of you. Thank you.
Rob Schilling, $20. Oh boy, we got a ringtone. Again, $20. Thank you for that, Rob. And if I come up to help and set up a camp out, if I come up to help and set up camp out back, hashtag True Tracy. Sorry, my chat was moving at the same time, guys.
Gotcha. He wants to know if he can come here and set up camp out back. Of course. I've got spare bedrooms. I don't mind anybody coming over. I might put you to work while you're here, but I don't mind. I've got a spare bedroom downstairs, spare bedroom upstairs. I did have 3, but I turned this room, which is my oldest Richard's room. He left and moved out and stuff, but this is now our studio room. So I do have pull-out couches in the living room in case there's more than the 2 bedrooms full of people. So I'm always ready.
So Michigan Tropicals has sent another $2. I should have come down. LOL. Soon I'll be down.
Yeah, he keeps saying that, and I even said I'll be up there too. And I actually went to Michigan, and if you guys remember from the videos, I went up there by myself. You know, my help didn't show up, and I had to drive by myself all 5 pickups. I promised him I'd stop at his place. I didn't make it. I didn't get home until like 11 o'clock that night. You know, because the help that I had to wait on them to find out they're not showing up. Now I'm late leaving. Then the first stop took longer because I didn't have help. And then so the second stop was late. Then by the time I get to the second stop, I'm already late there. And now I didn't have help, so it took longer. I mean, the whole day, I didn't get done. I drove home. It was 3 hours. I think it was 9 o'clock I left there. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I made it home at 11 o'clock. So I didn't have time, but we keep promising each other we're going to stop it. It just never happens.
So I got to talk smack, man. You got to come down. See, I'm going to be there next week, and I'm from all the way from Minnesota driving. See,
you're
closer.
coming here next week? You didn't even let me to announce it?
Oh, well, we talked about it a couple weeks now. I mean, yeah, I'm already prepping with the hair. You know, I gotta make my entrance.
Robbz / Little Rich Consume is coming out this weekend, and he's coming out to help out around here, and you know, generally just see the place, hang out. He wants to bring us a bunch of money, and
absolutely all the money. All the money, and don't forget, I'm there to do your laundry and wear a maid outfit.
Actually, Tracy has a maid outfit. Don't
oh boy.
Me.
All right. On that note, we move on to the next super chat. Rachel Hiscock for £5. Hey, Rich. First time catching live from here in the UK. You're helping me combat my fish phobia. Love you guys, Team Tracy. I want to know about this fish phobia.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that are, you know, you get overwhelmed with things, and this may or may not be what she's thinking about. But, you know, you talk about buying a fish tank, and then people talk about a cycle, and then do you have gravel? Do you have a filter? What kind of filter do I need? Well, there's 16 different types. Do you want a canister? Do you want to hang on the back? Do you want a wet dry? What's a wet dry? Oh, my God. I mean, it just gets overwhelming when you want to get into the fish tank world. You know, so I'd say just start small. Learn as what you can, and then move up later and move to something that you want after knowing this, you know, small little 10-gallon tank or something. If that's your phobia. She may have been bit by a fish before. I don't know.
Hey, don't feel bad, Rachel. All right. Josh and I have a phobia of carnies. Right? It's how it goes. So Deborah Cheney sent in $20 with no note. Thank you, Deborah.
Aw, thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that. That's awesome, you people. You guys, you know, we couldn't do what we're doing. I mean, we were doing it, but nowhere near as big as we are now without you guys' help and support like that. That's just amazing. I appreciate you guys.
Next one is Kevin Trappin. Smash the like button and show your love for the OFR for $20.
I love these guys. Now, see, before we did the OFR actual 501c3, we did have, you know, the rescue was still running. And it was all on my dime, but we didn't have nice things, you know. We didn't have as many tanks. We didn't have backgrounds. We don't have plants. They were just empty shell tanks because that's what we're affording to give the fish homes. With all the help now, and you know, it's money coming in on top of my money is helpful. And now we need something like this. Is our first wasteful purchase we've made. Me and Josh, we bought how many bags of rocks?
What, are you talking to me again?
Stop it. How many
60.
bags? We bought 60 25-pound bags of gravel. We would never have wasted money on this, but we found a deal. Our buddy Steven from SE Aquatics, he hooked us up, and it's cheap, and we bought them. So I wouldn't have wasted money on gravel. I'd have just left it bare bottom, you know, stuff like that. But on this 500-gallon, we need gravel because we have there's 5 patches on the bottom. You can't leave it bare bottom. It looks ugly. So, you know, that's going to need gravel there. We're going to have to worry about that one. Our 3,000-gallon has been bare for a long time. What we're going to do is move the brown gravel out of the 4,400 over into the 3,000 and because all 4 walls, including the floor, is all blue. Kind of washes out the fish. So if I can put some brown gravel in there and some driftwood, make it look like a real bottom of the river type thing, I'm going to do that. But the white gravel for the 4,400 is because That tank's 6 foot deep, 14 foot long, and the lights we have just do not reach the bottom. You know, it don't make the tank bright. So we're hoping with the white gravel, it's going to really brighten it up, because it did have white sand in it before, and it was way brighter with the same lights. So, but we hate sand on acrylic, so we got rid of all the sand. That's over the Paku tank now in all these buckets.
So we got Von Yinzer. Hang on, Rob. I'm gonna cut you
you
off
first.
There. Von Yinzer chimed in, said the raffle tank is freaking huge. Could one donate it to the OFR if one wins and is unable to get it in the house or have the ceiling height? Yes, you can donate it back to the OFR, and you could even put, you know, the Von Yinzer plaque on it if you so wish, or you can donate it to, you know, a hospital or a children's camp or something along those lines. Wherever you want the tank to go, if you win it, you can tell us to put it there.
Right. Delivery is included, and me and Josh will fly out and help you set it up. But the stipulation is with Greg is if somebody donates it back to us, we have to decide what charity we want to give it to. He says it don't deserve to be hidden out in the house. It needs to be out in public, you know, a school, you know, a firehouse, something like that, where people can see it and enjoy it. That's what he wants it to go to, someplace busy, someplace public, you know.
Well, next one would be the Michigan Tropicals for another $2. I'll bring my big truck when I come down, make fun.
Spoken like a true hillbilly. Thanks, buddy.
Also, between some of these, I just want to, you know, say a shout out to Matthews Aquatics. He says in Grand Forks, so shout out neighbor.
Nice.
And we have a super chat from K Stu for $10. Hey guys, thanks for what you do. What is an oddball pair of fish you've made in a breeding attempt, and was it successful or not?
Well, we don't make breeding attempts. We're not.
They only succeed. They play lots of Marvin Gaye, and it just happens.
You're
right?
killing me. We don't try and breed fish. It does happen, but we don't try to. We don't set up a tank. We don't buy fish. We don't set them together. We don't try and do this. It has happened. Many Oscars have bred here. Silver dollars. Mila Shimberky, wide bar silver dollars, actually made it here in the 4400. We didn't even know. We found them months later in the settling chamber. They got past the 100 micron socks somehow. We're thinking when we took the socks out, we dump it out. They were inside the socks, living off of the detritus and the dirt inside there. And then we dumped them into the settling chamber. Because poor Joshy gets in that settling chamber once a year, and we drain it down, and then he's in there, and he's trying to suck out all the dirt off the bottom and stuff, and he's like, Dad, something's in here. I'm like, oh, stop. You're letting your imagination get to you. There's no way something get past that 100 micron filters. There's nothing in there. He's like, Dad, I'm telling you, there's something in here.
He's being dramatic.
I am not. You jumped. It turned out there were like 6, like, I'd say a little bit bigger than a 50-cent piece. Silver dollar, Mila Shimberky's in there, wide bar silver dollars, little ones. And they were touching his feet and stuff. He did not turn out to be wrong. It was so funny, though.
All right, next super chat is Matt F for $20. Pittsburgh would make a sweet Stay Fishy Friday background video, just saying. For $20, we better get that up there.
I will do that for next week's Live Fishy
right.
Friday, just for you. Thank you so much for the money. I mean, it really helps us. I appreciate it.
$5 for a Michigan Tropicals. That tank is going to look awesome in the store.
Hey, we will deliver it to you and help you set it up, buddy. Hope you win. Hope you all win. Maggie May says, how did OFR know the types of fish you own? And then Little Rich, consume toys. Just from years. I've been with fish. I'm 56. I had a fish when I was 7. You do the math. I've been with them for, 49 years. I'll do the math. And, you learn them and you just remember them over the years. And the thing that gets me is the multitude of different cichlids. I don't know all their names. I'm not going to try. I know pretty much every fish I got here, but a lot of times because I had the brain surgery and the memory problem, I can't grasp the word, I mean, like Brachyplatystoma filamentosum. That is a true Paraeba. Stuff like that, but sometimes I'll go up there and I'll be like, Greg, I don't remember the name. Josh, what's the name of this fish? He goes, Paraeba? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Brachyplatystoma filamentosum. I got it. I know the things, and I just, sometimes I have a hard time grabbing the word. But
This man's like a walking fish dictionary. And I'm not even kidding.
I was going to tell him just remove the shinary, and you got it right.
Hey, I'm
that's how you
just
gonna
saying.
treat your dad.
I have a copy of Axelrod's encyclopedia book on fish, and I think there's notes in there on the back from Big Rich. You just never know.
It might be. It might be.
All right, let's look at
Josh
some of
is,
these other
is too
chats.
quiet. See? I'm trying to get you to talk more, and you're still not talking more.
Well, see, Josh is like the moderator here. He's looking at his phone, making sure we're all kept in line, timing us all, and above all else, he's got his other bodyguard behind him, double checking his phone.
Well, you guys got to understand. Poor Ryan back here.
I can't hear Rob.
He can't hear anything. All he hears is mine and Josh's side of the conversation. So he don't know what's going on half the time. Unless we talk for a long time, he can catch on. So we don't have we have a 1 to 2 adapter here for our earplugs. There it goes. One for me, one for Josh, none for Ryan. We have to wear earplugs when we see the little window up there with Robbz or little Richard. Right. If we didn't have him coming through our headphones, he'd come through the TV speaker or the computer speaker. The mic would pick it up, amplify it back to the screen. It would come through the TV screen again. The mic would pick it up, and it would be reverberating really bad. Anytime we have that little window up, we have to wear these headphones for the volume.
Well, on to the next thing. What I want you guys to do is I want to shout out. Normally you send a question, we answer. I got a question for you guys. I want you to put in the chat where you all, what a state or country you're from, because I've seen, people saying hello from South Africa. Mm-hmm. I want to know where you're at tonight. So put it in the chat. We'll see.
Our fans
the 30 seconds.
Worldwide.
We'll start reading a few off. So until then, we have Kathy Murphy that sent us $14 Canadian. Hi, OFR family. Can you tell me why why sponge filters are so popular? They are really good, and do they work? So confused. I think Josh and I can answer this one. I love the sponge filters mainly because they hold bacteria. They're a fantastic way of filtering water without having to, suck up small things like babies or creating too much flow. There is by far, I don't think anything better than a sponge filter unless you have like a 4,400 gallon tank.
The next level of sponge filters are matin filters, and they work great. The thing with sponge filters, you don't have to clean them that much, and if you need to start a new tank, you can take your sponge filter out of your up and established tank, go over to your new tank and squeeze it out, and all that bacteria and stuff, and it seeds the new tank. I also use sponge filters in my quarantine tanks. I have an extra 4 or 5 on them, and I use them instead of putting air in a tub when I go on fish pickups. I'll run a sponge filter, and the same amount of air that you're going to run anyway. But now, if the fish defecates or pees and there's ammonia in the water, the sponge filter can turn it into nitrites and then into nitrates. So it filters the water. So I love sponge filters. They're just ugly. If you have a 10-gallon tank and a big sponge filter in the corner, it's kind of ugly. But if you have a 55 and a little square sponge filter in the corner, then it's better looking. The bigger the tank, the less you see the sponge filter. You can cover them with plants and stuff. They're the greatest. I love them.
See, what you can do also with a dried out sponge filter is sneak it in your buddy's pillow. That way you can smell something great at night. You know what I mean? So now we got a bunch of people putting in the chat. I'm just going to start reading a few of these because I think it's just so fantastic. Ontario, Canada, Columbus, Ohio, Grand Forks, North Dakota, Southern California, Toronto. I'm going to pick a couple of these international ones here. Austria, Australia. We got England, Blackhall Rocks, UK. New Brunswick, Canada, Brisbane, Queensland. Thank you guys, man. This is a lot to take in. Sure, you guys are sure worldwide. You're showing up tonight.
Yeah, West Palm Beach, Florida. I used to live in West Palm Beach, Florida. I went to Lake Worth High in 10th grade down there. I hung out at Lake Worth Beach. I loved Boynton Beach Inlet. It was awesome.
We got one from Minnesota. Go K-Stew. There you go. There we go.
Plenty of Aussies, exactly, Ross.
Alrighty, Robbz, I think you actually skipped a super chat back up there. It was from John McKenzie. He said, "Keep up the good work."
Thank you, John. I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
See,
So next,
this is what I do. I keep everyone in line. I keep the
keep us
ball
honest.
rolling. I keep everything going for you guys. Because these guys will get off on a tangent, and then we'll
Right.
be, talking for 10 hours.
Usually during this lockdown, I've been, we work all day, we bust our butt. When it comes time to doing this, I start drinking, and then I go off. And, I'm just running my mouth, and I'm thinking everyone wants to hear anything I got to say. I'm going to talk. I had to stop the drinking. It was too much for me. I heard a video of myself talking, and I sounded dumb to me. I sounded slow, lethargic, slurring my words. I was like, I don't want to sound dumb.
all right, we got Joe for $5. New drinking game every time Big Rich says fish we drink.
How about we had 2 drinking words, Fish and Little Rich.
See?
There you guys go. Have at it. Have fun tonight. Have a drink on OFR.
Taylor, I'm gonna go.
Sheebner.
Siebner? I always do
Sheebner.
like the SCH, like the sh, but never mind.
Sheebner.
Schneebner
Like,
for $5.
He's
Mike
misspelled it like
Urbex.
5 times in a row.
Mike Urbeck's wife here. Keep up the
Oh.
good work, guys. Can't wait to come down and check out the rescue.
Yes.
well, now she's really going to put a hurting in on you.
Yeah.
I know, right?
She's coming down. You're coming down,
Uh-oh, I'm sweating.
Yes.
Well, it's mainly because of the wig, but
Maybe if
definitely
you take
sweating.
the wig off and, it won't be so hot.
You have no idea how itchy this is.
Is it?
It's so bad. All right, Michigan Tropicals for another $5. I brought back up.
I brought back up.
I don't know. I feel like we're just getting a lot of freebies from Michigan Tropicals. Thank you, bro.
You know what it is? Every time he says something and just puts like a 2-letter word out there, we're at least saying, I don't know what Michigan Tropicals talking about. I don't. Thank you, Michigan Tropicals, for the money. Appreciate it. He's playing us. He's getting all
he
these
is.
shout outs all night long.
He is. We expect more emojis in your next poster.
So we got Von Yinzer chimed in with another $6 super chat. He said, I hide my sponge filters behind larger rocks so that they are not super obvious.
Right.
How often does one clean them? That would all depend on, tank stocking, how much you're feeding them. Their sponge filters I clean, once a month. Sometimes I'll clean them every 3 months. So it all depends on how much the tank is stocked and what other filtration you have on there. We use sponges just as an extra filter on the tank because we're already running air to the tank, so we use sponge filters on there to help clarify the water, and it's extra filtration with no additional consumption of power.
Let me talk about this. It's called redundancy. We have a backup generator on our main air pump for the whole room. So if the electricity goes out, this air pump will run on sponge filters on all the tanks, and you won't wipe out your cycle. You won't kill your bacteria. Nothing. The tank still goes. Maybe not as well as it did with the canister filter and the sponge filter, but I have sponge filter on every tank, and I try and keep that going like that. And that's why redundancy works. Yeah, you got to back up. You go and put a heater in your tank. Use 2. Set one at 84 or 81, whatever you want to set it at, and set the other one a couple degrees less than. If this one breaks, your tanks don't go freezing in the winter. The next one kicks on. Redundancy. It's a good word to know.
Pay attention to the bubbles that come out. If they come out a nice flush stream continually, and you see that change like big bubbles, you may have some sort of like calcium buildup in the sponge. So you might want to just clean that out every eon or so. All right, next super chat. Derek Som for $2. Catfish are the ultimate human keepers.
They're water puppies. You leave them alone.
All right, I'm going to try that last name again. Taylor Schnibner. It's getting better. I swear
Scheibner.
my
Taylor
cup is empty.
Scheibner.
It's Sheebner. I'm telling you, it's Sheebner.
Okay.
Sheebner.
Well, the I's before the E, so I was going, hard
All right.
I.
She's doing this on purpose. She's loving every minute
Yes,
of
she
this.
is.
He's talking about bringing me as a backup. Smiley
Uh-oh. Well, you're more than welcome. You let us know when you can come down, and we'll have fun. I might put you to work. That's all I'm saying. I just might.
face. So I see a repetitive question from Matthews Aquatics. I just want to make sure he's getting answered here. Can I put baby Oscars in 29-gallon aquarium? You
It
can.
just depends for how long.
All right. It's how long. That's what it comes down to. It can't be
A
forever.
full-grown Oscar we have at 16.5 inches. A 10-gallon tank is what, 18 inches or 24 inches? And they would not live in there. So a time matter. Babies,
Right.
yes, but then you're going to have to move them to a bigger tank.
And don't purchase a fish with the idea that I'll upgrade in the future. Maybe something will happen. Maybe you don't know what's going to happen. So try to plan ahead. If you're going to purchase an Oscar, yes, but if you have babies bred, that's the best thing you can do with them is keep them in something smaller quickly until you have that prepared. But don't purposely plan out a fish without the correct
Oh,
habitat.
wait a minute. I'm going to cut both you off. Taylor Schiebner chimed in and said, ha, ha, ha. Yes, Josh, that's how you say it.
Nerd.
That was way too loud for the mic. He just spiked it.
I love it.
Sorry, I had to get a little excited there.
No, we like the loud
Let me
ones. Come on,
finish
man.
on
Get
what Robbz
excited.
was saying. Another idea for fish tanks. Even if you got 2 or 3 or 4, always have one set aside, or a tub or a bin, something as a backup. Have 2 sponge filters in one tank running, so that if something happens, one of your tanks crack, you can take the sponge filter, put it in the tub, transfer all your fish, and you're not like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You're prepared. Have a backup resource for one of your tanks, even if it's a tub. I've seen this one lady calls me and she's like, my tank cracked. I have the fish all in the bathtub right now. Can you come get them?
We actually have a 14-inch clown knife that is coming to us right now. That 14-inch clown knife sitting in a 5-gallon bucket because the owner sold the aquarium and had nowhere to put the fish. So my buddy was coming over from Toledo, went up to Michigan, picked up the fish, and is bringing the fish back to us.
On his way here, yeah.
Hey, little PSA. I'm now discovering the amazing things that are coming with these new USB air pumps. I don't know if you guys have tried them.
Yeah,
you can
we
get
have
these
one,
things.
both of our cars.
Oh, they're great. You can get these things on Amazon. Some of them are battery powered. They're cheap. Oh, I just got a few. We've tried to do some of the rescue back to West Virginia. These things are great. Like, who didn't tell me about these?
I guess
I've been using like
we've
bait
had them
boxes.
for a long time. I still like the battery operated ones you get from Walmart, Tractor Supply, whatever. In the fishing section, they're for keeping your minnows alive in a 5-gallon bucket. They have a clip that
bubble
goes
box.
on a 5-gallon bucket. They cost $6. They take 2 D-cell batteries, and believe it or not, then 2 D-cell batteries will run 2 full days running this air pump, making air to that 5-gallon tank. So if you're moving fish, go spend $6 at Walmart in the fishing section. Get yourself a little. It's called air bubbler.
So speaking of that, guys, my fish actually just got here. People are coming in, bringing some rescue fishes. It is past the 8 o'clock hour, so I'm going to hop off here. If he wants to stay on, it is up to him. So I thank you guys for a wonderful live stream, but I've got business to tend to and fish to take care of. So thank you guys for a wonderful night, and I will see you next week.
That was my
Hey.
pumpkin boy.
Watch out for that knife fish, bro.
Ryan, you want to move up to the captain's chair?
I'll sit up here.
He gets to hear me now, right?
Possibly.
Oh, wait, now I
Josh
can-
is real finicky
yeah, now I
about
can,
his
There
earpiece.
you
If
go.
you take,
I'll just hold it. How about that?
you can take this thing off, and then
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna answer a question. Do you like cheesy
put that one
chips?
in yours.
I mean, who doesn't like cheesy chips? I don't know if there's a brand name, but I love chips that are cheesy.
Okay, and that's fishy. Why?
I have no idea. It's my favorite question so far.
Okay, let me see. Matthews Aquatics again. What is the minimum size tank for a full-grown Oscar? I would say one single by himself. 75-gallon would be kind of pushing it. He could live in it and be fine. You get 2 of them, you want at least a 100-gallon, 125, 135, 150. They're all the same length. They're just deeper. So
They just get so big.
they do get big. Now, Josh earlier said, I have a 14-inch clown knife, and his arms went this wide. 16.5 inches is about this big. But the problem is that Oscar is about 3 inches thick. So he's a big boy. And they're very territorial. So if you have another fish in there in say a 75-gallon, he's going to be wanting to, go after that fish. And that other fish will be stuck in the corner and hanging out there when this one's full grown. So you can't keep them in the little tanks until they're full grown, but it may take a couple years for it to get up there, 5-6 years to be full grown. Michigan Tropicals comes in with $10 super chat and says Little Rich. You guys must consume. Thank you, Michael. You and your woman, whenever you plan to come out here, you let me know. I've got a bedroom for you. We'll barbecue. I'll buy you whatever you want to drink. We'll have a good time. And
wait, do you guys got like a Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
We do have Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Literally
thank
5
God.
minutes down the road.
We're hitting some Chick-fil-A when I get there, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
Greg Woodstock did the same thing. He goes,
I'm so excited right now.
He goes, why? Do you eat at Chick-fil-A? And I'm like, no. He goes, why? I'm like, they're kind of expensive. We yes. Listen, I usually have a bunch of people here. We're working on projects. I'll go and get the coupons where you get 5 sliders for $5, $1 a slider, and I'll buy 5 times that because you can use the coupon up to 5 times. And that's how we eat. We don't waste money. Now you go to Chick-fil-A. Greg wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, so I took him to Chick-fil-A. I bought one little thing of a 6-pack nugget thing, 6 chicken balls or whatever they're called. I don't know what they call them there. And it was just 6 little nuggets. I bought that. Greg bought a couple sandwiches, and Josh got a sandwich. It was $17. I'm like, that's why we don't go here.
It's for the sauce, man. It's all about the sauce.
But have you ever had Cane's?
I have not.
Oh, there's a Cane's right down the road.
There is.
Fried chicken.
We are not sponsored by any of these people, by the way. We're just fat people. All right?
Yeah.
Don't get big guys talking about food.
I'm little, but I love food, so.
See, it's a fat soul. That's all that matters.
It is.
Von Yinzer asks, is there a White Castle in your neighborhood? Also a good option. No.
I haven't had White Castle for probably 10 years now.
The last White Castle in this area was up in Cleveland.
It's up in Cleveland. It's still there.
Is it still there?
Yeah. I haven't had it since I've been out here. White Castle is a drunk thing.
Oh, but White Castle
flavor.
Burgers are so good. They sell them.
Have you ever had them without drinking?
Yes.
Oh, then you must love onions.
I love onions.
You eat a White Castle hamburger, and then 5 hours later, people are like, "Oh man, you smell like onions." You sweat it out, and it's so oniony. It's so you got to have that. But I don't really like them. But every once in a while when I'm drunk, and you get a 50-pack of these things, you just grease on them. All you and your friends.
They sell them in
That's
stores.
how it goes.
Stores,
So-
do they?
Yeah.
Taylor just sent us another message for $2. Says, what does it cost to feed Pittsburgh? I love him.
We figured out Pittsburgh's tank is about $100 a month. It comes out to about $96. Or I'm sorry, it was $86, and then we bumped it to $100 because of what?
You're not getting.
Oh no, I
chats
know,
again.
no. I left off where I was reading. It was $86 for the actual food, but then we bumped it to $100 for the electric and gas and the water bill and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to sponsor Pittsburgh's tank, it's $100 a month. Right now, Will Star 7 is sponsoring him. I didn't make his plaque up, so his month didn't start yet. But if you guys want to check out his channel, that's what he's promoting, Will Star 7 on YouTube. There you go.
All right, next super chat from Jordanella for $7. Biggs is game to swim in the Pacu tank later this year with carrots in his pocket. Make sure they're hungry. Another donation for the carrots.
Biggs is crazy. He went into my pool pond, the predator pond, with a pair of mesh shorts that he made out of like an onion bag. And he filled it full of shrimp and tilapia. And he walked through my pool. Luckily enough, my fish were too scared, like, what's going on here? And they're backing off from him. He had to end up taking handfuls out and throwing it to the fish, and then they were starting to eat, but they were kind of nervous of him. But now he wants to get in the Pacu tank. Do you know what Pacu are known for? Maybe
eating nuts.
The softest part of a male's anatomy, yes.
No, not those nuts.
Oh,
like
no,
acorns.
seriously. They're known as the ball eaters. They are down in South America. Trust me. Ask anybody. You guys go ahead and reply on that. But yes, they do. They do eat all kinds of vegetables. That's the problem. I want a Pacu tank only. I put in 10 pounds of shrimp and tilapia. It don't even hit the floor. All the Pacus are on it. That's more expensive food. I could feed the Pacus if they were in their own tank, which is that 2,000 tank we're trying to set up. A bag of mixed veggies, some bananas I find on 25 cents a pound. the shrimp is $4 a pound. Bananas are 25 cents a pound. Any kind of mixed nuts, mixed veggies, they eat all that. It would be cheaper for me to feed the pacu in their own tank, and I could, feed the monsters protein, fish fillets, shrimp that I can buy.
Can I bring
actual
acorns?
fish.
Can I bring acorns for
Sure.
You can actually get in touch with maybe some of the people down at the West Side Market and get their day olds.
Day olds.
Yes.
We should have an entire YouTube video just dedicated to feeding Betty nuts. All right.
Juice
Taylor
Junkie says, hang on one second.
Let's start these things and then just like next comment.
Juice Junkie says, all right, Big Red, talking to you. You're not allowed to sit in the Ultimate Fish Keeper's chair.
Hey, listen. I am the next Ultimate Fish Keeper because the Ultimate Fish Keeper left. He had to go do other things.
Right.
So.
Okay, go ahead, Robbz.
We're just here for the beauty, for the mullets. Yes.
And the fishiness and the little richness. So there's two more consumptions. Drink up, guys.
Taylor again was donating
you're not gonna try the last
20.
name?
Come
on.
Schneebner. It's just gonna go downhill. But thank you for the $25. Here's to feed Pittsburgh. Please give him some extra food for me.
Aww.
She's concerned that you're starving him, Rich.
Oh no, we don't starve him. We buy the bags of clams are $10 a piece, and he gets 2 every Friday. During the week, he gets pieces of shrimp, pieces of pellets. He eats pretty much anything we throw in there. So,
people don't understand. Everybody's looking at all these fish through this.
Right.
You don't see them in person until you get here. These fish are massive.
Everybody talks about, well, now, Corey from Aquarium Co-op's awesome, but everybody talking about, how big Murphy is and all this. That's another Mabu puffer. But I'm sorry, Pittsburgh is actually 25 inches long. 25 inches. I put my hand in there for a size comparison. From what I know about Corey's Mabu puffer, he's, I think, around 18 to 20 inches. Ours is definitely bigger, but he don't look that big because we show him as we're walking by. Yeah, I don't have a yardstick in there. If you'd see a 3-foot yardstick and then him's, he's more than 2/3 of it, you'd be like, oh my God, he's really big. Everybody freaks out when they come here and they're like, I didn't know he was that big. Same thing with Schwarzenegger and all the other fish. And that Adonis Plago, people freak out on him. I've never seen nothing that big. So, yeah.
See, that's the secret to being a good YouTuber is you have to have a nice sized, puffer. All right, Michigan
innuendos he's trying to throw in there, but
Michigan Tropicals sent $5. Hopping off for now. Still promise not to sell the Pacu. You guys are awesome. Have a great night, Rich. And drink
you guys
on
are
me.
awesome. I
Little
backed
Rich.
their store. She's drink, guys. I backed their store because they agreed not to sell Pacu and not emulate the problem even worse. So I send a window cling to any pet store that agrees not to sell Pacu. And they were one of the first 3 I think I sent to. And, thank you, Taylor. And thank you, Mike. I appreciate you guys. I always support new stores opening as long they're going on the right track. Some people are just there for the money, don't care about nothing else. And you guys are you're making a difference. Thank you.
Abby hopped on a live stream.
Did she?
See her? Right there.
Abby's store, yeah.
That's my fiance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, Michigan Tropicals, it's in Michigan. You guys near there, check them out. They're doing good things. They just opened up. They're trying to, build up into something really nice, and they started out in a good way. So go visit them, check them out, guys.
So Taylor again put $5 in, says that's not what I was saying. I just love puffers is all. I'm just picking on you. We know we really appreciate that love.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate it.
Octavio Laura sent in $10 and said thank you with a cool pear emoji.
Thank you. That's awesome. Abby Stewart says, tell that bearded dude that his fiance is starving and requires either Chick-fil-A or Cane's, thanks to this live stream.
I told her before I left, I said, order whatever food you want. And now she wants this. I told her, I'm like, I can bring home Cane's, but it's not going to be till later.
Type in the chat, Chick-fil-A or Cane's, guys. What should it be? Let's hear it, and he'll make a decision off of that.
Yeah, because she won't make a decision. I can tell you that much.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Look at Oddball Aquatics.
Chick-fil-A.
Haley's like Taylor Scheibner. Thank you for everything. That's awesome. I love our aquatics community that support each other. I love that. I'm all about goodness and morals and ethics and doing the right thing. And that's exactly why I stopped drinking, because I saw myself getting a little out of hand. So I'm done with that. And so thank you, and Haley. It was nice of you. Kathy Murphy says, but Pittsburgh needs a dentist. No, he came in here and his teeth were much, much bigger. It's going to take some time. Okay, I'm not prolific enough with trying to. I don't feel comfortable with trying to grab him and snip his teeth like a dog's, nails. I'm sorry, can't do that. Right. It's going to take time. I can't spend hundreds of dollars a week on clams. What I am doing now is freezing them. If he wants in them, it's harder for him to bite through them, which wears down his teeth more. That was a great idea. I forget who told me that, but somebody, I was like, that makes sense.
Can confirm that that works. I got a friend that does a big pet store down in southern Minnesota. They use strictly frozen, and it really helps with that.
Yeah. So they aren't going in the right direction. It's going to take some time, but it will get back.
So I see it. I see a repetitive question here, and I just want to make sure we cover this. They asked what Little Rich's favorite fish is, and blackened mahi. It tastes phenomenal.
Fish are friends, not food.
Oh wait, what? Oh, okay. I saw a Guy Fieri chat comment as well. I might be meshing these up. All right, Willie Garadot. Did I say that correctly?
I hope so.
Sent $2. Just signed up for $10 a month. Keep fishy.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
$10 a month.
That.
The monthly. I mean, we appreciate the one time. Monthly's huge.
Monthly's
huge.
great. And
You can plan on. You can try to plan on monthly better. You can try to make sure that everything's scheduled. Thank you.
Yeah, and monthly makes it so easy because they just take it out of your bank account and it's done. So if you put $1 a month on the Patreon, you don't even have to worry about it. You're missing $1. It don't hurt you. But if we have 80,000 people on YouTube followers, 81,000. If a quarter of that did $1 a month, it don't really hurt nobody, but man, the difference we could make, we could really help out that way. All my trips, I do a lot more trips. I have people waiting. Here's what I do. I make an eastern trip, northern trip, western trip, southern trip. I got this poor lady in lower Indiana waiting to get her pacu for like 6 months now because I have nothing down there. I had another store I had to go down there to get a albino paddlefish from, and they've been closed and, things have happened and I just haven't made it.
Did you say albino paddlefish?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I think you need to make that trip.
So what I do is I schedule based on, you call me and you tell me what fish. I put your name and thing down, and if you're east, I'll put you here. When I get 6 or 7 east trips set up, then I'll call everybody and get everybody on the same timeline. Okay, this weekend will work. No, weekend won't work for you. How about Friday evening? I can come Friday evening, get you, and then I can get the rest on the weekend and drive back home. It's a 10-hour drive to Long Island, New York, and I've got, I think, 6 people around that area ready to go. I've got 2 people up in Michigan. I got a few people, one in Idaho, one in Colorado. So, I mean, right now it looks to me like the east one is coming up because the west one that I've already planned, I'm going to go do that real quick. But I've got other people in a southerly western area that I can make another trip. So, but if we did that whole Patreon thing, it don't hurt nobody, and then I can really start that's my job. I just drive, or fly, rent a car, and come back, and do stuff like this. So I mean, it would help out a lot. So you wouldn't be you didn't think $1 will help, but if so many people do $1, it's going to help amazingly. Thank you so much.
So I see here that, have you ever seen a bass over 10 pounds? I'm assuming you mean largemouth bass, and absolutely.
Yes. Down in Florida, they get to about 18 pounds. They're really big. Lake Okeechobee, you get big monster-sized bass. But I have an actual peacock bass that is 30 inches long, probably about 30 pounds, 28 pounds, somewhere around there. He is in my freezer right now. I want to get him stuffed because he is just so impressive, you know. So
I think one of the largest largemouth bass ever caught on record that I can find is 22 pounds 5 ounces, and that was caught in Japan.
really, that's kind of surprising.
The
I was
picture
thinking
makes it look
Texas.
like it's pregnant on top of it. So
Right,
Oh, it probably had like 4 fish in its mouth or in
right,
its stomach.
in his stomach.
oh, who knows? You know, gorging itself.
I think up here the biggest, Ohio's record is like
8 pounds, 12 pounds, 10
no,
pounds.
I
something
think it's
that.
like 12.
Okay. Yeah, it's nowhere near as big as southern states. Southern states, they grow bigger.
Yeah, because they got warm weather all year
Warm,
round.
yeah.
We get freeze, so they're not hunting in the winters.
Exactly. Riley G says, thanks, Big Rich, for bringing the fish community together. You know, that's all I hope is to help everybody out. You know, some lady calls me and says, you know, my tank's leaking. Can you come get my fish? I was like, what size tank? Well, it's a 29 gallon. I was like, would you like to keep your fish? Yeah, but I can't afford to get... Man, I have a 29 gallon sitting here. I can bring it to you. Help you set it up. I'll take your broken tank and I'll give it to somebody that needs it for a lizard. Oh my God, you would do that? And you know, I love making people happy. It's harder to do that for the bigger tanks, but you know, we can do that and help out. We try helping in every way possible. So thank you for recognizing that, but that's not why I do it. You know?
Well, see that, and he does that for you know the average public that need help. For people like us that are, you know, among his friends, he'll just throw a little pinch of clown puke in your tank and walk away.
Oh, do not, you stop it. He's referring to pink, orange, green, yellow gravel. You know, you throw that in somebody's tank, it's almost impossible to get it all back out. I would never do that. What I do for my friends is, you know, I've got like probably 8 canister filters sitting there as spares right now. If one of my friends called and they've been here and helped us out, take your pick. Take one home. You've helped us. You've earned it. Take it. You know, you need a light. Here's my lighting room. I've got about 20 lights down there. Something work for you. Take it. You know, if the people that show up and actually do labor and help us, I don't treat them terribly. You know, I buy them, you know, pop or beer and pizza while they're here. And then if they ever need anything in the future, they get first dibs on stuff that we have that we can give out. They get, you know, things that we were keeping for ourselves as backup. Because I never know what I'm doing. You know, one day a canister filter goes out, we have backups. We put that back on and keep it going. You know, stuff like that. So we have extra lighting. We have extra canister filters. And then we have extra filters that we give out to people, like the little flue balls and stuff. I really don't like the flue balls. They're too hard with the pump to start. And, you know, I like my FX 4, 5, 6s. The Suns, I actually have a backup, probably 4 or 5 of those that aren't being used right now. But the bigger canister filters is what I use. So all the other stuff I put in piles, and anybody that comes out, I let them go through the pile of stuff we have. If you need anything, take it. And, you know, we try and help.
Like a dog.
What's that?
He works us like dogs.
Will you stop it? I help out any way I can, you know.
All right, well, I don't know about you, but I have to go grill yet. My wife is going to beat me with the stick if I don't get her some chicken tendies. So with Money Must Ray.
Okay, well, what time is it?
8:30.
It's 8:30. All right,
It's getting about
guys.
that time.
Is there any more unread super chats? Make sure
I
you
think we're caught up on
that.
super chats, although Chris Biggs is upset that the drinking word wasn't Vegemite. It's Little Rich, all right?
Oh, I have Vegemite at home,
Do you?
and I was supposed to bring it today, and I totally forgot so that he could try it. Adele in the comments.
Right out.
I
Well,
see,
thanks again,
Von
guys.
Yinzer with a $2 super chat about any update on the TV show. Did you read that one?
I did not, but how's the update?
Wow. The update on the TV show, because of this lockdown, things have been put on hold a little bit. But I just had a video conference with them, and I met the bigwigs, and they wanted to meet me personally and talk to me. And they're very happy with what they see online, and they are very excited. And once I talked to them, they were very happy with meeting me. So everything's still a go. just that once this lockdown is over with, they can come out and start doing their videoing and all that kind of stuff. So it's still everything's still go. It's just a matter of time yet.
So do I have my agent contact him about Little Rich?
Yes. All right, so guys, we're gonna get out of here. We've got more people that showed up, so love hanging out with you guys. Sorry I'm not drinking with you right now, but hope you guys had fun drinking. The ones that do drink and the rest of you, it was very nice talking to you guys. You guys stay fishy, have fun, and enjoy the hobby, guys. You take care. Okay, now how do I stop this?
Click on the
Yeah,
animation above.
I got it.
You have to go down and hit the end.
Gotcha.